What's up, YouTube fam? This is your girl, Mrs. Tony Two Times, and we back with another video. Let's hear from tonight's sponsor, and then we'll jump right into it. This video is brought to you by Cool Green Clothing. Cool Green Clothing is a Baltimore-based clothing line that started back in 2018 and has been growing strong ever since. Make sure you follow Cool Green Clothing on Facebook and IG at Cool Green Clothing, and check out their website, coolgreenclothing.com, where you can find the latest cool green fashions and hats, women's apparel, and the latest men's collection. Remember, if you ain't coolin' and getting the green, you're in the way.
Cause niggas be asking me like, yo, what cool green mean?
That's my name, man. When I first jumped off the porch, my man T, he got a life right now, man. He named me AC Green. So what I did, I turned AC to cool, and you got cool green.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum. Down here with my aunt, Cool Green, man. If you in Baltimore, stop downtown on Saratoga and holler at my aunt, man. Let them know when you down here, bro.
215 West Saratoga Street, Thursday through Sunday. Holler at me.
Big shout out to the bro with the team AO. I ran into this guy. I just moved out here in Owens Mills. I just ran into somebody that got on the same thing I got on. Show him your hoodie real quick, bro. Y'all know what's up, man.
All right, nigga, the Maryland, nigga, you know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Cool Green, man, support black business, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yo.
Cool Green all day, every day. Every day. Look, nigga, what?
What's up, YouTube fam? This your girl, Mrs. Tony Two Times, and we back with another video. Welcome back, fam. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, join the Tony Two Times fam. Tap that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to get notified of all uploads. Be sure to like this video if you're rocking with the content. Comment down below and share your thoughts. Of course, always keeping it respectful. Share this video with everyone you know. Make sure you watch till the end to get the full context of the story. Alright fam, let's get right into it. This story is about a former Baltimore pastor who was responsible for a hit-for-hire plot on a disabled man and used church funds to carry it out. Kevin Pushia was a former Baltimore pastor who resided over his congregation at his church, Greater Faith Tabernacle Church of Deliverance in East Baltimore. Pushia got his start in ministry at just 15 years old. He served in the youth ministry for the Maryland Baptist Convention in the late 1990s. He said he received a bachelor's degree from Coppin State University in 2001 and a master's degree from Trinity College and Seminary in 2003, and was pursuing his doctorate. He often referred to himself as Dr. Kevin Pushia, implying that he had his PhD. He said that he fasted and prayed, and God led him in the order of purchasing real estate to start the Church of Deliverance in the 2600 block of McElderry Street. According to him, the transaction was paid in full. The storefront church underwent extensive renovations in 2003 and opened its door for worship on April 3, 2005. It was reported that there was a jetted tub on the second floor for baptisms. Now, why would a jetted tub for baptisms be needed is beyond me. Tell me what you think of that in the comments down below. Okay, let's get back to the story. His parents were listed as deacons at his church on the church's website, and it seemed like things were falling into place for Pushia. However, in January 2007, a 2-alarm fire ripped through the second floor of the church and spread to the roof of the row house. The fire department wasn't sure what the cause of the fire was, but suspected arson. They brought in investigators to see whether the fire was set intentionally. The pastor did receive an insurance payout for the fire, according to court documents. Now let's fast forward to late 2008. Kevin Pushia joined the Arc of Baltimore, which provides resources for people with developmental disabilities. He was hired as an operations manager, a lower-level advisory position overseeing a number of ARC homes, including the one where a man named Lemuel Wallace lived. Lemuel was a legally blind, developmentally disabled man. Kevin Pushia cared for Lemuel and befriended him. They got so close that Kevin was able to convince Lemuel to list him as the beneficiary on his life insurance policy. According to officials, he was able to persuade many others he cared for to do the same. Lemuel Wallace lived in a group home in the 4500 block of Maryknoll Road that was associated with the ARC. Lemuel was involved with the ARC for 10 years. He worked through an employment program as a janitor. Lemuel was seen to be more independent than his peers. He took walks, ran errands, and even visited his family. According to an ARC director, Lemuel did well for himself and was very capable in many ways. After just 4 months at the ARC, Kevin Pushia quit abruptly without notice on January 7, 2009, citing personal reasons as to why he left. Another month later, Lemuel Wallace was last seen alive on February 4, 2009, after someone identifying themselves as an ARC employee picked him up. He was later found dead at Leakin Park in Baltimore City in a bathroom stall from multiple gunshot wounds to the head and back. At the time of the horrific crime, the police had no leads and passed flyers around Lemuel's neighborhood and places he frequented with no luck. It wasn't until March 31st when an agent from Globe Life Insurance contacted police saying that Kevin Pushia was listed as Lemuel Wallace's brother on a $200,000 life insurance policy. The agent was just making a routine check to make sure Pushia was not a suspect in the death. Pushia was not a suspect at the time. However, that call gave police a new lead. This led police to obtain a search warrant for Pushia's townhouse in Frankfort. It was a gray 2-story home in the 5400 block of Parkside Place. Parked behind the house was a gray SUV adorned with a Jesus fish and a vanity license plate that said Pushia. Neighbors said that the two men that lived in the home with a young child, and they assumed that they were just college students. They also revealed that Pushia was always dressed in a suit and carried a backpack. They would hear occasional arguments, the neighbor said, from the home, but thought nothing of it. During the search of Pushia's home in April 2009, police found a planner belonging to Pushia, and written on the date, February 5, 2009, was LW Project Completed. That was the day after Lemuel Wallace was found in the park. Officials suspected that LW stood for Lemuel Wallace, but Pushia told them that it referred to the cleaning of his living room. They then found 6 other insurance policies in Lemuel's name, totaling $1.4 million combined. They also came across more insurance policies he had taken out on others. A woman who lived near his church in East Baltimore said that Pushia was active in the community and often tried to recruit people into the church, as most first-time young ambitious pastors do. The woman also recalled that Pushia once organized cookouts and worked to rebuild the community. Another woman who rented a house from Pushia also had pretty good things to say about the young pastor, who was in his early 30s at the time. Despite her good feelings about him, she was eventually told she had to move because the house she was renting from him was being foreclosed on. Pushia was then taken down to the homicide unit and he asked for an attorney. but then he actually admitted to the scheme involving Lemuel. He admitted to taking out the insurance policies, but claimed at the time he did not know who shot Lemuel, and wanted to bring the assailants to justice so they can be held responsible. He also admitted that LW in his calendar did stand for Lemuel Wallace. He admitted to paying a hitman $50,000 in church funds to carry out the execution. He told police he paid two brothers, James Omar Clea and Kareem Clea, $50K to carry out the crime. The two men were charged with executing the hit, but maintained their innocence the entire time. Now, this is where the plot gets even thicker. Many were aware that Kevin Pushia was having personal and financial troubles. In the same month of February 2009, he was brought to court and lost a $20,000 judgment brought by the State Employee Credit Union, and had filed twice a protective order against a 29-year-old man. The man was allegedly Jay McFarland, a mentally disabled man with schizophrenia who Pushia claimed he didn't take his medication, and he had power of attorney over his finances, which was about $700 a month in disability payments. Now, Pushia was also known to care for foster children who were removed from his home shortly before his arrest. Almost a year and a half later, in August 2010, Pushia pled guilty to orchestrating the February 2009 hit of Lemuel Wallace, but he was not sentenced yet, as he agreed to help the prosecution by testifying against the two brothers who he accused of being responsible for carrying out the hit for hire. In August 2011, during the trial of the two brothers, Pushia offered many admissions on the witness stand. He admitted that along with Lemuel Wallace, he also took out policies and planned hits on his boyfriend McFarland when they were fighting, along with contracts on McFarland's mother and daughter. He later dropped them, he said, because they were getting along. Pushia also testified that he was in a relationship with one man, but also having an affair with Omar Clea, who he claimed he asked for help with taking Lemuel Wallace out. Omar himself was allegedly also a local pastor. Pushia allegedly told police that Omar introduced him to his brother Kareem Clea, who he claimed agreed to be the hitman for the cash. Once police began investigating, Pushia confessed and implicated Omar Clea as the leader in the crime, telling law enforcement that he went through with the scheme because Omar was blackmailing him by threatening to reveal his homosexuality to his church congregation. The Clea brothers pled not guilty. Their attorney suggested that the only reason Pushia is claiming they did it and testifying is because he hoped to receive a lighter sentence after pleading guilty to conspiracy and 7 counts of insurance fraud a year earlier. Pushia was facing life plus 105 years behind bars. He claimed he was cooperating because he needed to make things right with himself and God. However, his testimony that day in court was defensive and contradicting. He refused to answer questions where the judge made him do so. He would say one thing, then switch his story around the next time he was asked the same question. He actually said in court while testifying that nobody is completely truthful, claiming he did his best to live an honest and religious life. The inconsistencies in his stories appeared to weaken his credibility on the stand. He couldn't even remember the names of his foster children. After the bizarre testimony given in August 2011, The Clea brothers were subsequently acquitted of the charges in September. The following month, in October 2011, Kevin Pushia was sentenced to life plus 45 years for the scandalous plot he orchestrated against Lemuel Wallace. Kevin Pushia will spend the rest of his natural life in prison. There is no way this man could have been a true man of God. He was calculated and evil. He perpetrated to be someone that helped the community, but in reality, he was a wolf in sheep's clothing, prowling the streets looking for his victims. No members of his congregation had any comment on the matter at the time. I'm pretty sure they didn't want to be known to associate with a man like Kevin Pushia. Pushia may have fooled many, but what's done in the dark will come to light, because hey, that's the Baltimore way. What a sinister and sad story, fam. Rest in peace to the victim and condolences to the family. Although it's been 10 years, stories like these are never easy to tell. Lemuel Wallace did not deserve this at all. I have a developmentally disabled brother, and I couldn't imagine what it would feel like if someone did this to him. Alright fam, thanks so much for watching till the end. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 Times, and I'm out.